Alright, y'all, I went ahead and went around it. Actually, I welded the whole thing out. But I started off with the heat a little bit lower, and that was over here. And I ended up turning it up. That was running fine, but I had to move pretty slow running it down there. So I turned it up on these ones. You can see here I was kind of stepping too far, and I tightened them back up down here. But basically what I'm doing is just starting, just barely stepping. When you stretch out a little further, that's when you end up doing that, which nothing's wrong with that. That's fine. I was just trying not to do that. But I mean, just stepping, staying in your puddle the whole time. And if the gap gets a little bit wider, sometimes you might want it a little bit wider. Then you can run circles in it, but just keep the circles real tight. Try not to stretch out too far. Keep them tight enough that you're steady running into that puddle, or you're staying in the puddle. And that's only if the gap is wide. If the gap isn't too wide, you can just run it, just step through it. And like I say, I'm trying to hold the gun pretty much straight, but it's going to be tilted a little bit back. That way it helps you to see that crack that it's going into the gap. And get a comfortable temperature that you like. This is 3/16 plate, so I can turn it up pretty good. That gap is closed, so I can turn it up pretty good. But just easy stepping back and forth. Keep up at your pace. If you turn it up, you're gonna have to move a little bit faster, but just barely moving back and forth. And if you turn it up high enough, almost like a spray arc, you could just pull it across there. But I still like to just move it a little bit. It seems to give me more balance when I'm doing a pattern sort of deal instead of just trying to drag it in. But anyway, hopefully that helps somebody. Get comfortable. You're going to have to get where you can see it. I can usually see it better from the front. And that's why I try to hold it back just a little bit where I can keep seeing that gap. Keep seeing that gap. Because once you lose the gap, I mean, you're kind of screwed anyway. But anyway, I know without arc shots, that would help a whole lot showing what I'm doing. But that's all it is a little bit of step. If your gap gets wide and it's still closed on the bottom side, on the inside, you know, you can start running circles in it. Just keep them real tight. That's really about all you need to know on it. You don't have to turn the temperature down. You can, but you're going to have to move slower. If you got a whole lot like this thing, that's a lot of welding on that thing. And but you're going to have to move a lot slower. So I would say if you got one that's digital readout, probably 20, 21 amps. 220, 225 wire speed, somewhere in there. I may be getting a new machine soon with digital feet, digital readout. But anyway, man, I hope that helps somebody. I got to get going on this. I'm also starting a video on another fire pit. I should have done one on this one, but I didn't start it, so I need to go ahead and get it done and keep rolling. So anyway, man, y'all please like and subscribe if you're new to the channel, and come back and see what's going on next time. It's probably going to be a fire pit video on the next one. So we'll see y'all then.